worked as an advocate to reform the education system. He was one of the founders of the Association of Black Psychologists in 1968 and in 1970. He wrote an article in Ebony magazine that helped alter the perception of Black psychology. The article brought to light the unique differences of how ethnic minorities should be treated and understood in psychology. White was the recipient of many prestigious awards, including the Citation of Achievement in Psychology and Community Service from President Clinton in 1994, the Honorary Doctor of Laws from the University of Minnesota in 2007, an alumnus of the year in the end of the year from San Francisco State University in 2008. Dr. Psychologist Joseph L. White, we salute you. Honorable mention for TwoTreys podcast.
We couldn't have said it better myself. All right.
Sir. Interesting man.
And we have an interesting show for our viewers today.
Indeed.
Next guest. Pops, you want to go ahead and give a little introduction into who that is, and we'll go ahead and pass.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, I was first introduced to this brother who is also a brother in faith, and introduced to him through mutual, I would say, admiration and respect for another brother that we had spoke upon on this podcast. He goes by the name of Grandmaster J. And I met brother Questman from that platform and from the support for Grandmaster J. He's also a content creator, so I have been watching his YouTube for a very long time. And he also has his own all-black social media platform. And once I heard he had that, or saw that he had that, I went ahead and joined on, man, with no questions asked. You know what I mean? And he's grown, and what he's doing is powerful and instrumental in the Black community, and to bring up Black consciousness in this country as well. And it's an honor. He had allowed me to come on his platform a couple of times, and it was magical, man. It was very, very powerful. Every time I speak to him, you know what I mean, it's a long-winded conversation, just like this introduction. But let me just close that down and just introduce my brother, your brother, Questman, creator of the Soul Journey of Life. Assalamu alaikum, brother Questman.
Yes, indeed. First of all, yes, indeed. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We hear you loud and clear, big brother. But Trey, can you hear me? Just close that down and just introduce my brother, your brother, Questman, creator of the Soul Journey of Life. How you doing, big brother? Assalamu alaikum, brother Questman.
Give me a second here. I got a bit of an echo going on here. 1 second here, because I want to make sure I hear you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We hear you loud and clear, big brother. But you may have an extra screen that's still on.
Why do I have that echo?
All right. How you doing, big brother?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find that extra screen. I got so many screens up.
Take your time. Take your time.
Guys are on this one.
Indeed.
All right. Hello. 1 2 1 2.
Yes, sir. We had trouble with the Wi-Fi connection over here too, big brother. It's all right. Take your time, man.
Let me try this out.
Yo, man, we had trouble with the Wi-Fi connection over here too, big brother. It's all right. Spread this podcast. Let's share. Yo, people, please hit the like, please share, subscribe button. Appreciate the support. You know what I mean? Let's spread this podcast. Let's share this.
Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And
please,
also, if you'd like to leave a donation to the channel, or just like the support, all you have to do is go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. The YouTube video. Also, if you'd like to leave a donation to the channel, we would love the support. All you have to do is below the YouTube video, and there you have a PayPal account that's linked to the channel.
All right, let me try it this way. Okay, family, I'm here. It's just there's a bit of a delay because I've got either StreamYard, then I have the YouTube channel, Can you hear that coming out my speaker?
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it. Close the.
All right.
You got something open.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find it fast. So let's see here. Let me go to. So if you guys could go, okay, we'll have to do that. Hold tight 1 second. I got an idea.
Take your time, beloved. Take your time.
Got an idea. Because see, I gotta make sure they can hear coming from the StreamYard.
Right.
Okay, so we could just do this.
We don't hear echo over here though.
Yeah, it's coming from me. I know it's coming from me. Let me just capture.
I heard myself.
Yeah. Hold on. I got this window capture.
Yes, sir.
All right. StreamYard. There we go. Then all I have to do is go in here.
How do we sound? Still echo?
Yeah, y'all sound cool. I just got to make sure.
Respect and admiration and support for our brother Grandmaster Jay. So we want you to delve into that as much as possible, and just give us the background and how did you start, or what made you decide to say, you know what, I'm tired of Facebook and social media, Instagram, TikTok. I want my own.
Well, to try to make this short, it's like this. I would see on like my IG feeds and whatnot, and like other platforms, people complaining about censorship, about and I will see the posts that they will put up, right? Sometimes the post would be something like, I experienced it myself. I put a post of a cat. It was a black cat and they were like fighting over a mate.
Right.
I didn't even make a comment on this post. I just put up the post, black cat, fighting over the mate, and they X'd me out on that one. So I was like,
Right.
wow, I'm getting serious with this this issue of blackness, right?
Right.
So I was like, well, I'm trying to think of things that I could do to make a difference. I'm thinking like, well, what can I do that would be like a solution with the resources that I have? You understand?
Right.
And I don't have a lot of resources, but in what I do, I try to manifest real skill, right?
Indeed.
So it took me some years. This wasn't a cakewalk. It took me some years to create and design the platform, get the coding right, get everything right, so that it operates right, and trial and error. And then finally, I got the platform up. But the main reason why was, like I said, because people kept complaining, and I'm saying, well, why do we keep complaining about using their platform when we have our own platform? It makes no sense to complain.
Makes no sense.
I mean, but one of the things I can mention is it's always interesting to me, because based upon some of the things people have said throughout the years, how people could be suspicious of black-owned platforms, but yet they click accept for all the protocols that platforms like IG and Facebook, and these are major corporations, and once you click accept, your content is technically theirs.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And here we are, operating on a more homely platform, a more homely protocol. You understand? We still got to follow some rules when it comes to social media and stuff like that. But something where we know that this is a conversation that we can have without feeling discriminated, without feeling like we got to, word things a certain way. No, we black. We're gonna talk black. Talk black to me, like the one brother had on his title for his show was Talk Black. Right. So, I'm just saying that enough of the complaining when we have solutions. It makes no sense to complain about our situation if it's not comfortable in the room. Get out of the room and go into another. You understand?
Indeed.
I love the what you have. So what you're saying is you have a social media platform. For those out there that essentially haven't heard of it or aren't aware, could you let them know essentially like what the platform is? How basically?
Yeah, I could do something here.
Kind of get out of your platform.
Oh yeah, even share. I think Brother Quest about to share your screen, right?
Yeah.
The website. Yeah.
So this is an example. If they can see it, I've got the share out there.
Yeah, we got it.
All right. This is an example of Sojourney of Life. This is the Endeavor page, which is like our activity page. You go to this. This is where you post what you post, share what you share. You know what I mean? Right. Chop it up with folks. Whatever it is that you do you. And right now, as you see, I'm not signed in, so you can only do so much when you're not signed in. You can't really interact, but you can kind of see things that are posted publicly. If the user doesn't post it publicly, you won't be able to see it here. You'll have to actually be their friend or their contact, as I like to call it. Here we say contacts or connects. Connects. My connections. I got connections. Indeed. That's what that's about. So yeah, this is our thing right here.
Yes, sir. It almost looks like, I don't know if I know you remember Black Planet.
Black Planet.
Remember BlackPlanet.com?
I have to look back. I probably have a subscription to there too. Melanated Peoples, Black Planet. Yeah. There's another one.
Black Planet was like the original, black owned. It was all us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our social media outlet, or one of the ones that was first in the making when it was only dealing with us. Black Planet is exactly just that. It was nothing but black people on there. So and now you come with this is spectacular, man. I just commend you. You know what I mean? Like I felt the same way in the same spirit.
And there's so much you could do on this platform. There's an online store, where you can sell your products. You can set up a vendor's account. You can, buy black, because the vendors are going to be black-owned business owners. You understand?
Right.
You can also, I'm also trying to get a bigger music a library from other brothers and sisters, local. You know what I mean? You know, on the underground level, dropping their sounds, put their sounds up in the shop.
You looking at one right there above your head, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, my son, man. He an artist.
yes, indeed.
He's an artist right there.
You could, I mean, like we're doing right now. You see this? You know how they have Zoom? You understand? They have Zoom. You could do stuff like that on the platform, Zoom type things on the platform. You can have live video talks. I mean, you name it, it's there. So what I can say about Soul Journey of Life, from what I've seen from other, and this isn't necessarily to compete, but in a friendly business manner, other social media platforms, is that this has the most features. You understand? It's you know. I agree that some people, if they're not familiar with, you know, the internet and stuff, it might be somewhat of a challenge. But that's, if you see that information tab down there, that's being designed as a help center, so that when you go to that information center, you'll be able to get like steps on how to. And if some how tos aren't there, you know, present your comment. You know, you can message me or whatever, and we can add on and build it up, so that way it's more, you know, user friendly.
Well, user friendly, yeah. And the main thing. I'm sorry, Trey. Go ahead.
My fault. I just wanted to acknowledge him and his brilliance. We're literally talking to a Zuckerberg right now.
Right.
And like you said, the amount of coding, the amount of effort, time, and that you put into this product that you have, this platform, is absolutely incredible. Not too many people do that. Not too many people are Zuckerbergs, you know. So I just get you on that. And if anything, you know what I'm saying, it seems like you came from a place of just trying to solve a solution, rather than the other platforms, or their intent, you know, may not be of the best intentions. Pops, you want to speak on what you were going to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, you know what I mean, it's about time, you know what I mean? It's about ownership. You know what I'm saying? If you are the owner of your own platform, then you control the content that is allowed on there. So if they are censoring Minister, you know, like Minister Farrakhan, they're banning, you know, voices, you know, which can empower us.
Yeah,
that means you control that network.
And they banned the minute he started to really dig in. You understand? He's been digging in, but when he started driving in real points that we really need to be thinking about, that's when all of a sudden they wanted to try to, you know, silence him or cancel him or whatever the case may be. I mean, man. Well, okay.
Hey, brother Quest. Just a question. I was just thinking, what are some some don'ts, some policy infringements, I would say, for your platform?
Well, for me, the main thing that I'm trying to emphasize here is that we speak, you know, with some sense, because it's a conscious Black social media platform. It's not a social media platform. It's a conscious Black social media platform, which means that we're coming with some sense. We're coming, you know, when people come to this site, we want them to feel the presence of scholarship, the presence of authenticity. You know, you understand? Not some. This isn't some shake twerk website. You understand? That's something that between you and whatever party you dig with on that level. But this is, I mean, it's open for public use, but the main thing is that I mean, let me say it this way.
There's a level of integrity. I like that.
Right, there's a level of integrity. So, you know, while we want to speak our mind, whether it be, it is irrelevant, irrespective of your religious beliefs, if whatever your beliefs are, you know, you can share it here. Whatever your philosophical perspectives are, boom. Whatever, anything that's of an intellectual caliber, you understand, spiritual, that there's spiritual value, any of that is all welcomed here. You understand? There's no hold back. The things that are held back is when we speak in a way that makes us sound like animals, or we behave in a way that makes us sound like beasts, and that's not what we are. We've been raised under their system for 400 plus years, but That's not who we are. We need to get back to who we are, living in accordance to our nature. And these are things
Exactly.
that I really, really wish we could drive in, hardcore,
How long has your platform been up?
Let's see. I started this. This is 2022.
Yes, sir.
Um,
We're actually September 2nd, second day in September.
I think. Well, I had a website that was more just for the shop. That was back in 2012 when I started the website, and then when I converted it into like a social media platform, I think that was in 2000. I'm going to say 2016, and it wasn't like it is now. It was, there was a lot of hard corners and things that I had to clean up. The engine that I was running on, the server that I was running on was really rugged, so it took some time to get to where it is now. And this isn't cheap. You understand? This hasn't been a cheap endeavor. This is dug into the wallet and the wallet's wallet. You understand?
Yeah, it's an investment, brother. You can't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's investing in yourself, and that's the main target is to invest in yourself. So your money is not going into something in which you're not benefiting from it 100%, even though you may not, achieve a whole lot of money in return right away. It's the fact that you actually put something away for yourself.
Yes.
And do it for yourself. Now imagine if we did that as a whole, as a people. Now that's just a small scale of ownership. You know what I mean? But imagine if we had our own land, our own territory. So that way your platform and other ethnicity platforms can flourish without any censorship from any network. We own the network. You know what I mean? And I just want to commend, your spirit on that, man. It's just saying, you know what? Instead of us looking out from the outside, looking in and watching two devils battle each other inside, let's just say, yo, man, let's go create our own.
Yeah. Let me
land.
see if I can share this. I'm gonna try to share this screen here because
it's the same concept. You know what I mean? Ownership, man.
My computer is kind of running slow now because I got all these windows open.
Question, I have another question for you. If you're able to double multitask. Essentially, I just want to know a lot more about you. What is your educational background and what kind of led you? We were talking about it a little bit, and I was here on the live as well, your journey to creating the platform.
Educational background. I got some college. That's what they call it an associate's degree. But here's what I say about that. As far as educational background, that's their system that we're speaking of. But I can say to you that my journey, as far as the things that I've come across and learned in my life, I believe would be more extensive than the things that I've experienced in some of the colleges that I've been through. I got a fly flying around. It's been more. There's more to it. You understand? The places that I've been to Istanbul, I've been to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and of course Djibouti. I've mentioned that quite a few times. Even in Germany, I've been to Germany, but that was more of a very small period where I was more there just to transfer, and I had an opportunity to kind of look around the town. But my journey is it really starts back at the event of my father. You understand? When I came on the scene, that was my first mentor, my first teacher. You understand? The first person that I looked up to that had something meaningful. You understand? And unfortunately, he was taken away from me at a very young age. Through some people that that old saying, black on black crime. You understand? One of our own took my father from me, and I don't know what he was on, but as time goes on, you end up living a life where the life I had to live, I really had to kind of be the one to make the difference in my own life. Because I realized if I sit there, I could cry about it, and the tears are real, but I'm like, well, after I cry, in most cases, nobody hears it anyway but me. Nobody hears, nobody feels the pain but me. What's he crying for? You know, like that. You know, they don't realize that hey, there's something deep behind all these tears. Um, it's no insignificant thing to just lose your father. That's no small matter. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah.
I lost
So
mine, man. So I know the feeling.
as I got older, like I said, I realized I had to, and I've been through all kinds of just, issues, problems I may have caused, problems that were caused against me, wrong place, wrong time scenarios, all that kind of stuff. The hard road,
Right. Right.
is what got me here. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, I had an angelic cakewalk to being the quest man that you see now. Um, it was nothing pretty, but there are a lot of strong points. And one of the things that I've always been adamant about is never giving up. I may take a pit stop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And think
A
about
little
like,
bump,
dang,
a little bump along the way.
you're right. Got to
You know
think about what just happened here. like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
but
Just bumps along the way, man. But you know what I
yeah,
mean? And, yeah, it's nothing that we can overcome. You know what I mean? And what sort of obstacles did you have? While creating this platform, are you getting any pushback right now? Or are you getting any type of, you
well,
know?
the main pushback is people's attachment to the very things they complain about. Like I said, they complain about IG.
Right.
Take Facebook for example. Imagine all those. They come to Soul Journey of Life, and obviously, there's not going to be too many people they're going to be talking with because their friends aren't here. Their friends are
Right.
still on FB and IG. And I'm saying, well, look, bring your
Right.
friends here, and then you can carry on the same conversation. Whatever you was talking about over there, you could be talking about it here. Bring them here.
Right.
If it feels kind of lonely here, bring them here. Otherwise, if they're not
Bring
coming,
somebody, man. Right.
if they're not
Right.
coming, you gotta ask yourself, well, what are they on anyway? What
Exactly.
kind of stuff are they really on? Um, but that's been the main thing. Is
Right.
I even had one person try to persuade me to sell my website to them so that they could use it to their own advantage because they didn't want to simply abide by the established thing here. I said, well, I can create you a website, but it's not going to be Soul Journey of Life. And Soul Journey of
Right.
Life is a legacy. You understand?
Right.
That
It's
I
yours.
yeah, it's mine, and inshallah, it'll be my children's.
Right.
You understand? You don't just create something and build something only to tear it down or to disperse of it.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and so I've had all kinds of like just back and forth with that. Then instead of supporting the platform, they want to abandon ship since I don't want to cater to their whatever their aims were. Um,
Right.
I mean, it's
So it's pretty much what you receiving is not so much of support from your own.
right. I haven't got. I mean, I'll be honest with you. There was a time, like a couple years ago, even maybe a year ago, it might have been a year ago, where I was thinking like, man, maybe I can't have it so that it's the conscious black social media. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it should just be the conscious social media. But I'm like, but then that's not the family. I want the family, and I felt
Right.
bad because
Right.
I'm like, it's like if you could imagine having a shop on the street meant for your people. It's got all the goods that they want to buy, but ain't
Right.
nobody showing up. But Robert and John and Eric or whatever other name, William,
Right. Right.
whatever.
You know what that reminds me of? Because I have a nutrition shop, right? So I
Yeah.
have something that will be good for you health-wise, but my doors is not bombarded. You know what I mean? With a bunch of people trying to get healthy.
Right,
So
right,
we may complain about not being able to eat healthy and all that, but we don't go to places where we spend our money where we can get something healthy.
right,
So if you're gonna complain about Facebook putting you in Facebook jail, why are you still knocking on the door of somebody that doesn't want you inside instead of saying, I'm going to go and build my own home where I don't have to knock on the door? I could just walk in.
right. Yeah, I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Hey, Quest, you
I'm
want to go
saying,
ahead? Just give a description of what you're showing us on the screen right now.
Basically, what I'm showing here let's see here. I'm trying to figure out if I could show you a different way because, like I said, my PC is really slowing down here. So it's like making everything kind of break up into codes and whatnot. And I don't like that. But that's not what you're going to see if you go to the site because you'll be using your own computer or smartphone or whatever,
Right,
not
right,
mine.
right.
Um, but basically, what you're seeing here is, as I was talking to you when we was off line or out of the before the show, was me reinventing my old shop from back in the days. These are products that I have that I sell, and now I'm selling them online.
Right.
Um, as you can see here, and it's a variety of things. From as you can see, incense, assorted incense sticks. Let me share this a different way because I want to get off of this and go to another
Yo,
desktop.
and Questman, can you please let everybody know the website itself? Trey,
Yeah.
can you put the link up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a second here.
I have it on the banner right now. Scrolling at the bottom.
Okay.
And then also,
So people they can just hit that and create their own
so what I'll
profile.
do, I'll make a link in the description box.
Okay.
The chant of the.
Okay. I'm gonna do this one.
All you have to do is essentially hit the description box for the viewers out there and be able to click the link from there. I'll do that right after the live is over. I don't want to mess up everything right now, and I can't.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the system is very fragile sometimes.
Right, you got to fragile baby, right?
Let's see here. I'm gonna share this screen. This one looks like because I got a different desktop that I could use where there's a little bit more. The browser is a bit more sturdier.
Right.
Let me go. Where's our StreamYard at? Where did I do the StreamYard? Is this it? Nope, that's that. Okay.
And it's like we're scared of supporting ourselves because we don't want to hinge on step on nobody else's toes or I don't know what it is with us, man.
I even had a situation where I walked into a black-owned business, mind. It was a black-owned a restaurant, and I'm passing out flyers and whatnot. And the owner or the one of the relatives of the owner that worked there was like, well, I've got white people in my family too, so I'm not really on. She was like, I'm not on that. I'm not on that, right? Hold on a second here. Let me make sure. Is this it? So I was like, but are those white people in your family supporting you and supporting what you're doing and supporting your cause? And the answer was no. But I'm saying, well, see, I understand that you have white people in your family, and no disrespect to them. But what's the value if you won't support your own businesses and people in your own business, but you'll acknowledge that you have this experience in your family. I mean, I don't know. It's a contradiction to me. It's a contradiction to say, well, I don't support stuff like this because I've got that has nothing to do with A or B. Have your white family, have the white family members, but still also support your own. Why is it you're so quick to support that side of the family, but what about your black side of the family? You going to support them too? If one of them came up to you, if one of your white relatives came, or if I was a white person coming up to you, say, hey, support Papa John's, right? Are you going to tell me the same thing? Are you going to say, oh no, I've got black people in my family? You see the hypocrisy I'm talking about?
No, absolutely. And it's funny, like I think my dad was mentioning around to was essentially how our lack of support for one each other. It instead of the first thought being support, it's actually a little bit of animosity, jealousy, or that kind of emotion towards each other, and it's sad to see because a lot of other races don't have that same issue when it comes to a lot of things that they do, whether it be a business, whether it be anything. They'll root for the heroes in their culture.
Yeah, you're right. Give me a second.
That's the sad part, man. But things is happening right now where we're gonna have no other choice but to look at each other to carry the torch, to continue on, whatever system that we're going to be developing. Because as there's a certain people that are becoming decline in their numbers. So that means they're going to eventually wither away, right? Yeah. So that means we gotta look at each other like, okay, there's no more Europeans walking around. Are we just gonna die because we can't figure out how to create something for ourselves to survive?
Right.
So why wait till that happens? Why not do it right now?
And especially for people who like to really be a part of the cause, the part of what's going on. I mean, these are the opportunities to do that. We're literally manifesting our story. You understand? In real time, we're manifesting our story. And I understand, like I said, it's convenient for us to just carry on with life as we've been familiar with. You know what I mean? Just every day, off to work, do this, and ignore or pretend like this doesn't exist, or somehow, we're only there when it's when the movement is trending. You understand? But the minute things start to calm down, certain one, you don't even see them anymore. You don't even hear their mouth anymore. You don't nothing. It's just like they're not even. It's like nothing's going on. So we have an every day-to-day life, yes, but why not? Why not support our own endeavors? You understand? Why not? Because I mean, go ahead.
I mean, I say even when it comes down to playing for, these sports teams. I mean, the fans are going to go wherever they play their favorite players. So if my favorite player is LeBron, and he's playing basketball for a semi-pro team, let's say, for instance, even the place where he plays at right now, over the summertime, you know what I'm saying? Those games are packed with children who are coming to see, or fans.
Yes.
That could be our own arena. That could be our own, you know what I'm saying, league where we sustain. We can't say, oh, we don't have our own because we can't afford it.
Yes.
Well, how are white people affording it? Based off of us bringing in and buying their ticket to see our favorite players play.
Yeah, we put so much money in their pockets. And at the same time, we had the nerve. I don't got any money. Well, I can't tell. McDonald's can't tell.
Right.
McDonald's that. They're looking at you like, really? You have no money? We got a nice Big Mac for you right here.
And so with that being said, Brother Quest, there's a gentleman, I want you to touch base on, and because you had the privilege and honor of meeting this man, looking him dead in his eyes, and reading his spirit and feeling his energy. Our brother who is now facing, some serious prison time for a minor offense, or not even an offense at all. You know what I mean? But the amount of time this man is facing is totally unjust. You know what I mean? And I have support for him, and I know you have support for him, and been backing him. Can you please address, some of the situations that may be going on with our brother Grandmaster J from NFAC?
Well, I'll say this, and I want to put it there that I'm not speaking officially or whatnot. I'm not what I want to say.
Well, I don't want to talk about his case. Just can you give me a background on your first encounter with him? How that came about.
Yeah, I could, but I wanted to put it there first that I'm not like an official spokesperson or anything like that.
Right. Okay.
I always try to say that so people. It's my disclaimer, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm just a brother, that's definitely down for the cause, and I support the brother 101%. You understand?
Right.
I believe adamantly that he's been railroaded. And even before the trial, we already knew that. Those that know that, and all the trial did was confirm that the things that I saw there, it just confirmed at how hardcore these people will go at to try to railroad you and hem you in no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Innocent or not, it don't matter. So as far as me, I as far as back as I could recall. It may have been, was it the Ahmaud Arbery I'm trying to think of what was the earliest live thing that I saw. It might have been Stone Mountain. I can't recall.
Yeah,
But
mine's a Stone Mountain, but
yeah,
the Ahmaud Arbery, that situation came before Stone Mountain.
yeah. I think it might have been the Ahmaud Arbery thing event. But in any given case, Stone Mountain or Ahmaud Arbery, when I saw it, I was looking at this like, part of me was like, is this the Black Panthers? Who are these brothers? And then when they were saying it was NFAC, I was like, okay, this is something else going on. But for me, I try to zoom in down on ground level, like in the mind of, like, if I could get into the mind of one of the brothers and sisters marching and feeling what they're feeling, because if you kind of meditate for a minute, just look around, you see you suited and booted, you with other brothers and sisters suited and booted, and you serious. You about that. You didn't come here, for a game. You came here, whatever's whatever. Whatever, because when you equip yourself, when you suit up and boot up, even in the military, you're going out there for real. You don't know what's going to happen. You understand? So what I'm saying is there's a great deal of amount of courage that comes with that. And this brother, he wasn't a brother that would hide in between the ranks. You understand? You will see him where? In the front. You understand? In the front, so that if any would-be enemy had some issue, he's right there.
Right.
So to me, these are elements of courage. And then, if the brother was only just doing facts over feelings and morning mentals, and that was it, then people could say, "Oh, he's just talking. He's just talking." Right. But no, once he got off the mic, once he got out of the camera sight, he's out there. He's putting in the work.
He went to work.
So, then I'm looking at the critics, and I'm a bit of a critic myself in general when it comes to what I see at first glance. When I see you at first glance, I say salam alaikum because I'm wanting to put myself in a neutral position. I have peace. I want to keep my peace. I'm offering you peace, but if you don't want my peace, or if you want to violate my peace, then I'm going to have to make sure I defend my peace by any means necessary. You understand?
That's right. That's right.
So,
yes, sir.
In this case, I'm like, what are these guys saying over here? And I'm seeing them throwing their videos. I'm seeing Teacup, doing this and that. I'm seeing all these clips and stuff, and I'm like, these people aren't even citing anything. They're taking something and then giving a commentary over it, and that's not evidence.
Right.
I mean, that's what people do in some of the Sunday morning churches. They'll sit there, there'll be a citation of a verse, and then they'll say a bunch of other stuff that has nothing to do with the verse. And by the way, the offering plate's about to be passed around, so they'll do stuff like next thing you know, the organ starts playing. Before when you start thinking, wait a minute, what? The organ starts playing. Like, I'm just saying,
well, you're right, man. But all right, so let's just not knock all the churches, because we don't want anybody catching any feelings here. So if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it.
No, don't wear it.
You know what I mean? So if your church, your pastor is not doing the tricky thing that some other churches are doing, then all praises due to Allah. You know what I mean? That's great.
They've got some strong. I've listened to some strong ministers spit some flame. That'll be like swords that chop you down. So the real ones know who the real ones are. That's not a mystery. We're talking about imposters. They come in. They're in the masjids. They're in the churches. They're in the temples. You understand? The imposters are imposters, and you know the difference between people who keep it real and who've got something real to say, something authentic to say, regardless of your belief or religious perspective. You know who the real are, man. And that's what I'm saying here. When with this brother, the content, you understand, the message that he was coming with, you understand, you knew you could hear the realness in his oratory, in his talk, and
yes. I bear witness. Yes.
And there's things that real people, that fake people can't, they don't have that type of dialogue. They don't have that content, because it has to, look, there's so many things you can write down. But even what you write down, like if you're reading like a monologue, when something is in you, let's say you come across a point that's like you have a passion about that point, it's going to come out of you, and you won't be able to help yourself. Because it's in your heart. You understand?
Right,
If you're like one of these people, you know, in that White House, when they read that monologue, you know they on some fake stuff because you're just reading along. Oh, well, and there will be no taxes, and we will have, you know, blah blah blah. You know, like a robot. You don't hear it in your heart. Look. Let me say it like this. I don't know if you ever done any study of languages, right? I'm talking about the I think it's called intonation. When you hear a person talk, no matter the language, you know if somebody's telling a joke. You know if somebody is passionately sincere. You don't have to know any words they're saying. Listen to how it's coming out of them, the tone, and that'll tell you so much. And I remember I sat there was some Mexican brothers who was sitting there talking, and I could tell they were cracking the joke. And I'm looking back at them like, are you joking about me? I know you're saying something, but they was talking about somebody, but they was making a joke. And I knew it. I didn't know any Espanol at the time, but I knew that that's what was going on. So what I'm saying here is that's what I look at when I was listening to the Facts Over Feelings and Ornamentals. I'm listening to, you know, I can even tell sometimes when the brother was tired because of the way he was talking. I'm like, that brother's tired. He's worn out. He's ready to take a nap. You know, he's ready to crash. But I could hear that. You know, I could hear it. And I could hear even there in those tired moments, like there was one time where I could tell he really was trying to get something out, like drive in a point that was so vital to know. And you just had to have the ear, you know, like the Bible says, he who has an ear to hear. That was one of those moments. The same thing happened in person when the brother was with us. Basically, you know, if you could think of it like a Last Supper type situation, you understand? I could hear in the brother's voice, one, that he knew what was about to go down. You understand? It wasn't a mystery. You understand? It wasn't, you know, a secret. And that he also knew the hearts that were in front of him. He knew like how people were feeling. And so he said some things that was really, I could hear, like I said, I could hear that voice.
Right.
It's like a crying on the inside type voice. And you can't really make it up. You understand? Because it'll be seen, it'll be visible, because it won't match. You look at the person's face and they sound like they're sad and whatnot, but no, come on, man, you about to bust out laughing anytime now. You know, but that wasn't, when someone's sincere, you don't see that. You see, when someone is sincere, their voice, everything, even if they were trying to hide it. Right. Like, man, there's about to be some tears any minute now. You know, you see it, you will see it. So all I'm saying is from point A, from the beginning to the current time, you understand, all I've seen in the brother was authenticity. You know, this isn't something, these aren't traits of an agent. These aren't traits of an imposter. Most of these people who had something to say, I could tell that they were on some bogus stuff. See, most of you guys on social media, if all you do is click around on YouTube and whatnot and pop in on a video, that's all you got to work with. Right. And when I could tell that this person was grabbing at straws, I'm talking about some of these hypocrites, grabbing at straws because he was saying things that don't even match real-time events. I'm like, man, I was there, and this brother's not even saying nothing that matches. Like, what's going on? You know?
So basically what you're saying, Brother Quest, man, this is how I explained it too when I was speaking about our brother, is we are inclined to truth.
Yeah.
And when you hear truth, you gravitate towards that voice.
Yeah. Because
the word, like you said, is registering in your soul.
Yep.
It's like hearing a good beat. You know what I mean? You're hearing something that's making you want to move. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the movement towards that connection of that voice or that drum closer. You want to get closer to it. You know what I mean? So we are just like yourself. When I heard him speak, I heard his compassion, I heard his truth, because it was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So everything that he has been saying, been teaching, is what I think of myself and what I want for my people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So it was the liberation aspect of it And then it was him doing things the right way, but with structure.
Yeah, right.
And discipline. You know what I mean? It wasn't just a matter
blueprint.
Right. So he spoke to the masses. He didn't just speak to our brothers and sisters who only want to carry weapons.
Right.
Because right before he got, they snagged him up out of his house, he was on his way of organizing a 1 million man, woman gun march and unarmed.
Yeah.
Together. You know what I mean? And I commended him on that for even including those who don't carry weapons. Because that to me, that's a call for the Nation of Islam.
Right. That's a call for real unity. Yeah.
And being an FOI, you know what I'm saying? And listening to Minister Farrakhan, I believe Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said it's not going to just take Muslims.
Right.
It's going to take those who are willing to stand firm in what they believe, who are like-minded individuals. So just on the strength of Black liberation and ownership and having to create things on our own land and policing ourselves and governing ourselves, that is everything that's in an alignment of what one in that brother is thinking.
Yeah.
So I support the thinking. I don't have to agree on the weapons, carrying the weapons. I choose not to carry a weapon. It's forbidden for us to do so. Mm-hmm. But we still secure ourselves. We still protect ourselves and our women.
Speaking of the weapon part, he even in that lane, he didn't go about it in a like a reckless, haphazard, way, but in an instructive way, disciplined way. Like, look, this is a serious situation here, and really got people abreast upon, what reality they need to pay attention to. You understand? Like I said, you're going to come with weapons, then you're going to also recognize the risks that are involved with that. And so he didn't leave anybody in the dark with that matter. One of the things I was just thinking about was the things that inspire people to stand up. And I've mentioned this in some of my talks. I've asked, like, okay, if rolling up on Stone Mountain wasn't the right thing to do, or if showing up at Louisville wasn't the right thing to do, or Lafayette, et cetera, then what was the right way to go for people who think that this brother was on some agent stuff? What was the right thing? What action could he have ever done that would have made you not call him an agent? And the thing is that because of the hypocrisy of these people, there wouldn't have been anything he could have done. He could have rolled up like Martin Luther King. They still would have called him a name. He could have done any given act, any number of actions, but because of what their agenda is, and because they are actually a part of this attempt to keep us broken, you understand, it wouldn't matter what he did.
All right. Indeed. It shows that they unjust as well, man, because he didn't get a fair trial.
The thing is that because of the hypocrisy of these people,
a jury of his peers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you say a jury of your peers, you're looking for somebody who resembles you.
Right.
That's going to be judging you based off of what you've been accused of.
Right.
So, when you get judged by your own people, that's the natural way of life.
Right.
Because if somebody else is judging you, then that means they have control over the actions and inactions that you do and the consequences that you have to face. Yep. But you don't see anybody Asian or any other ethnicity or somebody coming from another country getting the punishment from Americans.
And they only do this with us.
They only do it with us because we don't have anywhere else to go. We can't claim anything. Nobody, other people outside of this country can claim us and we'll deal with them ourselves. You don't put your hands on our citizens.
I was talking to somebody about why we are so adamant about unity and things like that, and they said, well, that sounds racist to me. I said, well, look, I don't see you saying that same thing when Chinese want to gather together for some event or something. I don't see you saying, well, you guys are all Chinese. Why isn't there any white person or black person amongst you? How come? Why is it only when we do it, when black people do this, that you've got an issue and somehow you throw up the racist flag? But when everyone else on the planet Earth does anything, when you got a Pakistani festival, you understand? You know, there's a mosque with all Pakistanis. Nobody's busting up in there saying, "How come there ain't no black folks in here?"
Right.
Nobody's doing that. I said, why is it only when we do something that works, you know, or has the potential to work, now all of a sudden this is a racist thing?
Yeah, I heard this joke by this comedian, and he said essentially they treat black people like pennies. So
yeah,
legally they have to accept us everywhere, but when there's too many of us, you know, everyone, you know, that's a part of the environment, it's like, oh God, this guy that brought in all the pennies.
Right.
Yeah.
So the more people they gotta take care of, the less money they have circulating.
No. I was saying it in the sense of an analogy. So black people are pennies that are sold. You know, if you go to the store or Walmart or something, you have pennies in your pocket. Right. They have to accept the pennies in your pocket, but they really don't want the pennies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pennies.
Right.
But if you come in with like too many pennies, you not only accept the person behind the desk that has to accept those pennies, but you're going to accept the whole environment, people in the line. Like, you know, people are going to look at you like, oh my God, that guy with pennies. That's how they see us.
Well, in a sense, they seeing how our dollars help us achieve success when it's circulating amongst ourselves. Thus, Tulsa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They saw it. They were like, oh, hold up. They're gaining too much wealth within themselves. They're starting to obtain things that only our rich can obtain. Now, what if they start wanting their own country? What if they start wanting their own land? Hold on, we gotta disrupt that thinking process before it gets overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Now they ain't gonna wanna be around us anymore.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now we gotta stop that mentality because it's growing to the point where these niggas gonna want freedom, real freedom.
Right. Speaking of that, there's a few things that come to mind when we speak about the movement towards real, true freedom. And I ask people, speaking of freedom, I say, well, you know, are we truly free as things are now? And of course, some people will say, well, yeah, we're free. I say, well, let me ask you, what language do you speak right now? I speak English. Then, and where is your land? Where is your land? Well, it's right here in America. I said, but why is it that you still have the same rulers that also ruled your ancestors? Exactly. And yet they tell you you're free. And are you able to freely abandon your ruler and establish your own? Have you been restored to what you formerly were? Albeit some things can never be brought back. Some things we may have permanently lost, or at least lost that may take some time to heal. But all in all,
I make it this simple also, Brother Quest. I ask the question this. Who's in charge of keeping your lights on?
Right.
Who do you pay your rent to?
Who you paying them bills to?
Right?
Yeah.
If it's not somebody that looks like you, that's the owner of your electric bill or your electric company that you're relying on. Yeah. If you're not the owner of the grocery store that you rely to feed you, then that means you're being taken care of.
How many fuel silos do we own? How many oil tankers are we bringing in on these ports? How many ports do we own?
Now we all want to get out of our parents' house. Eventually, we gotta say, you know what, Mom, Dad, I can't live with you forever because I want my own. Right?
I want to expand.
But all right, so now let's take that at a higher level. Let's just take that on a broader level. Okay, white people, us black people who are descendants of slaves who went through all this torture and all that, we want our own.
We want our own. You took us from our own. We want our own. You say we're free. You say we say we have the freedom to be restored and all this. Well, if we move in that direction, are you going to get in our way? Are you going to hinder?
Is there going to be a resistance?
Right.
And if so, why?
Because last I checked, every time we've made this approach, you came in our mix and broke us up and bombed us up and shut us up.
Exactly. So that's why I'm telling my son, yo, man, I understand your analogy, but you know what? We were stronger together. They really bought us our money.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying, but it has nothing to do with money. It's just the fact that seeing a number of black people together,
right?
Everyone else is like, oh, like what the H is happening. Like, seven. All right, you're like one black guy alone. You walk into a coffee shop, it's fine. But if it's 7 of you at one time, a group of 7, they were like, yo, who are all these 7 black people?
Look at this, Trey. Look at this. Right. Eventually, because they know that eventually 1 penny is, like you said, is weak. It can't do anything. It can hardly buy a Tootsie Roll. It can't even buy a Tootsie Roll Pop anymore. Back in the days, it could. But 1,000,000 pennies, though, you understand? 1,000,000 pennies is a difference. It's a difference. So even if in the similitude that you gave, where they look at us as pennies, you understand? Even at some point, a penny becomes extremely valuable. Right. You understand? Extremely valuable. So I'm just saying, family, man. Let me ask you a question real quick. There's this stuff going on in Detroit. You hear about these things going on in Detroit? There's like certain movements going on in Detroit trying to like basically develop a sense of independence in a community. There's a Detroit community. I can't think of who are the individuals that are all involved, but I've been seeing this, a few times. I saw that, and then also I see the thing going on in Georgia with our brother Molly. I think we talked about this the last time.
Yeah, we talked about that on your platform, Brother Quest. But Detroit, I didn't hear about what's going on in Detroit exactly. Yeah,
let's see if I can find. I don't know if I can find something in time, but there is like a where is it at, man? There's like a movement or something going on. There was a brother. I can't think of the brother's name. I've seen him a few times on different platforms.
There's a brother I know of named Ramzu.
Ramzu. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Ramzu.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a few times. I saw like a post, and I can't find it fast enough. But I saw a post where they're talking about, like a form of independence in Detroit. That even they've got foreign countries involved in and supporting. You understand?
And this touches base off of what we had talked about on your platform, where the reporter was asking the young sister about receiving funds or receiving aid from Russia.
Right.
So, and this is what I had talked about, the last time, is that white people always want to choose who our friends are. Right. Like, just because you said you have an issue with Russia, but Putin is willing to help black people abroad and black people here, that we can't accept aid because you said you don't like that man or that country.
I mean, it'd be a whole different thing if, like I said, if they were willing to open the way, and do the right thing right here. But since you're not trying to do the right thing, what do you expect? We want to be free, daggone it. What do you expect us to do?
So Putin is saying, I'm willing to help you by offering you some money. Yeah. You mean to tell me that you wouldn't say, no, Putin, I'm not going to accept your money because you beefing with these these other white boys?
Right. And I mean, I guess they thought that over time, eventually we would just settle in and take it on the chin that, we're still being ruled by the same people who were formerly our slave masters. We're still... Exactly. We're just okay. What's the ball game looking like?
Right. I mean, we gotta snap out of it, brother.
We really do.
We gotta snap out of it, man.
Brother, question: have any other projects going on that you want to let the viewers know of?
Me? Yeah, and y'all can actually, rock up. I got a few links in that I gave you. You may or may not know, but my album had dropped a couple weeks ago. Questman.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Drop
just
that
passing through. Let me get to that. I can share. I prefer you to purchase it off of the website because it cuts out any middlemen. When it comes to but if you feel some kind of way about black-owned websites and businesses, um, then there's always Amazon. So I'm in pretty much it's in every store. You type Questman, just passing through, you're gonna find me. Let me share my website with you though,
Right.
so that way you can have a direct connect.
While you do that, go over to Soul Journey of Life YouTube page. You have your YouTube channel as well, Brother Quest, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. Go subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe to his YouTube channel as well.
I'll give you the link to that right here.
And Brother Crustman, with your permission, you send me the link to 2 of your songs. If you want me to play those at the end of the show, I'll be more than happy to do that.
Definitely, I send you the link to the YouTube channel also.
Okay.
Yeah, go right ahead. Let them know what they're getting, what they're putting their money. I want to know where I'm putting my money. That's what the old school told me. I want to know what I'm putting my money in, because I'm sitting, I'm out here peddling too, peddling the album. What old school is like? Well, who are you? I'm breaking down to him. So it's like, I don't know. I said, well, look, how about this? I said, you want to see a young child smile? If you want to see some young children smile right now, go ahead, purchase this album, and they'll be smiling and not even know why. I'm talking about my children. So they'll be smiling. So you'll be doing a good deed on that note, and you're gonna like what you hear anyway.
Exactly. It's good anyway. You know what I mean? But kudos, man. Kudos. That you got your hand in multiple things, man. And that's a great thing. Staying busy.
That's been my life. We just staying. I tell people all the time. I've tried to advise my brothers, my blood brothers. Well, they're all blood brothers, but my close same mother and father brothers, or same mother, right. I should say. I would tell them, like, look, man, if you stay working, stay occupied, you don't have time for the drama. I said, you just don't have time for it. You don't have time for you because you're doing stuff that's occupying your time.
Right. Pretty much, you're minding your own business.
Yeah, literally minding your own business.
You're literally minding your own business. Yes, sir.
That's all there is to it.
You mind your own business. You can't worry about everybody else's business.
No.
You focus on yourself.
Not at all. And not only that, when you do mind your own business, sometimes you see in that opportunity. Lanes open up, doors like, oh man, I didn't even notice, because you weren't thinking about that before. You was out trying to impress and do all this other stuff, what they say, clout chase, all this other stuff in the world, being in the world and of the world, when we're taught to be in the world but not of the world. When you're not of the world, you have the opportunity to think of genuine things. When I write these rhymes, when I drop these rhymes and whatnot, it's like anything that a person does when they're real about something. It has to come from the heart.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I can't just write anything. I can't just like, oh, okay, hippity hop, skippity. I can't just do that. It don't work that way.
You gotta have a message, man. You gotta have having a message.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So that's what just passing through is all about. It's one big message about all of this, all the things, is my commentary on the going-ons in our time. My lyrical commentary, even including our brother, GMJ. As you know, we got I did a song collaborating with brother Bossman Blake on that, and the other song, Hold It Down, I sent to you links to both of these. Hold It Down. I was adamant about Hold It Down because I was like, I need a conscious-minded sister to drop a rhyme. Otherwise, Hold It Down won't be a complete song. Somebody's like, well, why don't you just do another verse? No, I can't do that because the song needs a conscious sister. So I went through a few sisters, and people, they were like, this, that, and the other. And then I came across this sister, and I heard her voice. I was like, boom, there it is. That's it right there. And
what's the young lady? What's the sister's name, brother?
Nicqua B.
Okay.
Nicqua B.
Shout out to Nicqua B.
Nicqua B, and shout out to brother Bossman. They know Questman's strong on their team.
Indeed.
Salute to them.
Salute.
So yeah. Y'all go ahead, check that out. Those songs are also on the album. So when you get the album, you'll be getting all of that. You'll be getting. I got songs that get real deep in the heart. I think my deepest heartfelt song for me is the Cold of the Rain. So that's people ask what's my favorite song. I'd have to say it's a tie between Some Days and Cold of the Rain. Those are my two favorite songs.
Okay.
So check them out when you buy the album.
Indeed. Go out there and support the brother, man. We want to definitely try, you know what I mean, look into that too and purchasing that album as well. You know what I mean? So
I went ahead and added the links for Questman for your platform, for your YouTube channel, and for your music. It's going to be in the description box below the video. So if you guys can just click that, you'll see it right below the donations tab for our channel.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Anybody want to? Anybody in the live chat? You got any questions? You know what I mean. We're more than happy to read your questions. You know what I mean. As you have for Brother Questman and Soul Journey of Life, or just about his life in general. You know what I mean. So go ahead and submit those questions or leave comments after the episode is over, and then we're more than happy to respond to each one of those. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Well, we appreciate your time in bringing us this knowledge and your accomplishments and your goals. And I just want to say again, you know what I mean, enough respect. You have your own platform,
yes,
your own social media. You know what I mean? And it's time for us to really, you know, back up what we want and support our own. You know what I mean? So please go on his link, subscribe to his channel, create your profile. You can have multiple profiles. You got IG, you got Facebook. I know everybody got Twitter. I know everybody got TikTok. Now just have Soul Journey of Life too. Just add it. You ain't gotta erase or leave your Facebooks and all that. But just add a profile. You know what I mean? Just get on there, create your profile, you know, and there, go on. Let's create something for ourselves, man. Let's support things for ourselves. What you gotta say, Trey?
I can go ahead.
Oh yeah. If you have anything you would you know,
I was gonna say I could share that the two songs. I could see. I think I could.
You want to play yourself? Yeah.
That's what I was gonna try to see if I could put I gotta put it like this first. By the way, get your products from the shop on Soul Journey of Life. Your deodorants, your soaps, and there's more products coming on because I've got some new connections and whatnot. So make sure you check in on Soul Journey of Life to get what's good for you.
You know what I mean? Just to I'm visualizing, brother. You know what I mean? You have your own platform. You know what I'm saying? Social media platform, TwoTreys. You know, the only father and son duo on YouTube. Yo, man, what's up? That's a station.
Collaboration,
you know what I mean?
Collaboration time. You're saying?
Yeah, I mean, why not? That's what it's all about.
Yep.
You know,
that's what we do.
That's what we do.
I mean, I think I can. Okay, I can share it now. Here we go. I was trying to set this up so I could. All I have to do is.
Yeah.
Share.
That's huge, man. That's. Say goodbye to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They should be a billionaire by now. Because
it's coming. It's coming.
You know what's funny is they got an AI. They asked the AI, and I'm gonna be talking about AIs.
But like you said, brother Quest, you made something that you can leave for your children.
Yeah.
So even though you may not see the spark.
Oh.
Right now, it's coming. You know what I mean? Your children might take it to a whole other. You know what I mean? You'll never know. But you did. You made your purpose. You lived your purpose.
I almost forgot to mention. I talked to young Trey earlier. I've got a live that's coming. I think either Wednesday or Friday, inshallah. Coming Wednesday or Friday. It's called "The Making of False Gods." Right, and. You know, it's something that I've been hard at. That's why I haven't been doing anything lately, because I've been really trying to dig in on the right components for that live, because it's growing, so it might end up being like a series. You understand? Okay. I think it's going to be something I can just do in one sitting. But I wanted to put that out there because I think it's the context is something that really needs to be reflected upon. You understand? The nature of just what we're dealing with. You already got it?
I got it.
Okay, here we go. So I can cancel that out then. since you're already sharing it. Yeah. So,
Indeed.
like I said, I think I don't have a exact time yet, but I think it's either going to be Wednesday or Friday. So
Okay.
so definitely stay tuned for that and look out for that
Okay.
notification. If you haven't,
Absolutely.
if you have, make sure you subscribe to the channel and whatnot, so you can get the notifications
Right.
for that. So that's coming
So,
soon. But this right here, U.S. versus John Johnson featuring Bossman Blake is,
yes, sir.
like I said, this was a song that was intended to be able, one, to salute the brother, but also to just keep us reminded about, like, look, this is what's happening. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? This is what's happening
Right.
right now in real time. The brother hasn't even gone to his sentencing hearing yet, and
Right.
even in
They
that,
moved it. They moved it
right,
to November what? November.
November, was it 5th or something? I can't remember the exact date. I have to look up.
Right.
Somebody probably in my chat or your chat, somebody knows.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
but if not, if I look, I've got the information somewhere. But
Right.
but what I'm saying here is there shouldn't even be a sentencing. There shouldn't
Not at all.
even be
Yeah.
charges. You
Right.
understand? So the only real outcome that we would look for on that date would be simply what? Them dropping the charges,
Acquittal. Yes,
or
sir.
an
Yes,
appeal
sir.
being won, or whatever the case is that puts that to an end. This brother should be
Right.
freed altogether.
Right. Right. I agree, man. I couldn't, just not, just sit back and not say anything, not in support of, because I see it. You know what I mean? It's the same MO that they done to all of our other black leaders that stepped up and even did anything the right way.
Right.
You know what I mean? They still shunned them. They still killed them. They still jailed them. You know what I mean? Or they still made them look to us as if they were something that they're not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They want us to be subordinate, or they want us to be in like a perpetual enslavement.
Right.
If you look at the things that they've been doing, the attacks, the brutalities, all of these different things are intended to really dig into our psyche and make us feel less than human.
Right.
You understand? To just tuck your tails, enjoy the doggy biscuits we give you, and accept it.
Accept it. That's it. Well, that's a compliant people, and we play that role and that part very, very well.
Yeah.
Now it's time to be compliant and be active in creating our own.
Time to break these chains.
Just peacefully. We can just say, hey, can we just have our own?
Right.
No force is required.
No, not at all.
Just the matter of wanting to do so.
And that's the thing I have to salute the brother for, is because, all through
talk about that.
All he's never came across doing anything illegally. You understand? Right. He never encouraged us to do something illegal or something that would land us behind bars, but following the law. You understand? Right. We're not trying to do something that would be, a violation of principle, a value of law. These are things that are in the parameters of the law.
Even with the holding the weapons, those brothers and sisters, and under his generalship, they didn't pose a threat.
No, not at all. If anything, that would have been an asset to the country.
So let's think about it. Those are hundreds of people, black people, holding heavy artillery, and no gunfire went off.
One of the
things that shows something right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just had to, commend that and point that out.
You mentioned that a militia is a potential asset. Like, let's say a war was to go on. You know what I mean? And things were looking kind of gravy. Or not looking kind of gravy, I should say. The militias are what they would call forth. You know what I mean? To help out. Like when they went to Iraq, some of those groups wasn't all military. Some of them were organized militia bodies, hired bodies. You understand? Hired armed groups. So when you have a war going on, you want to have a strong, solid militia. Right. The black militia is in all legal terms a militia.
Well, a lot of people, will say, you know what, Quest, we fought so much we shouldn't have to fight anymore.
No, we shouldn't.
You know what I mean? And you know, and it's we don't fight. That's the problem.
And that date's 11/22.
And we don't defend ourselves fully.
No.
And all I'm saying is, you know, until we start defending ourselves and as a people and not allowing those who are not amongst us to enforce on us punishment. That's what it's all about.
We need courage. We got to stop being afraid. We got to stop thinking that somehow they've got an upper hand or somehow that we're less than or that we aren't incapable of standing up for ourselves.
Right.
You understand? We have to believe in ourselves, and most importantly, we have to believe in the resolve of the Most High. You understand? I think that's very vital to realize that we're not in this alone. We're not just spinning around on the planet aimlessly with no rhyme or reason. So the date, by the way, for that sister Lorraine points out 11/22. So November the 22nd is what we looks like what we're looking at.
Thank you, sister.
Yes, indeed. So yeah,
11/22. Wow.
11/22.
And unless y'all have anything else to say, I guess we'll just wrap up the show and then play it out with the 2 songs that you have.
Yeah, go ahead. Rock on. All I want to say real quick is as far as a last comment, you understand? You know, all this is to say, all that's been here is to say, it's not even about just the Soul Journey of Life platform. All these are tools at our disposal. All of that we're doing here, the very conversation we're having now is a constant reminder that, look, we've got what we need. We have the resources that we need to move on, to do the things that we need to do, to be sufficient as a people, you understand? We have so many things at our disposal. We've got to stop feeling like we've got to somehow rely upon the instruments of our adversaries and the handouts from our adversaries. When we got everything that we need right here, and the more we get involved, the more we support our own, the more we fortify this position. The more we strengthen that position, so that way there's even other things that we probably could do, but we can't now. We could do if we were more unified. We'd have more ability. The more unified we become, the more abilities we have at our disposal. So the bottom line is, every song is sung it. Every book of scripture speaks of it. You understand? There is no other way outside of unification. You understand? There is no other way. And if you look across the world, all other nations understand this.
Yep.
All other nations, we need to get it together. We need to snap out of it and get it together. Bottom line.
Bottom line. Could have said that myself.
It was a pleasure having you on.
Salute.
This is the creator of Soul Journey of Life, Black-owned social media platform.
Support.
Get the show out of here. We have his music also queued up, ready to play for you guys as well. So stay tuned for that. Pops, any closing remarks you want to give to the people?
Again, brother Questman, I appreciate you for joining us, blessing us with your presence on our platform, sharing with the people what we can achieve and what it is in existence right now that you can go out and support. So enough respect, salute. I'll be watching you on your own platform, big brother. I'll get the notification when you go live, man.
No doubt.
All right.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, man. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right, that has been another episode of TwoTreys podcast. So what we'll do to get us out of here, I'll go ahead and kick us all out of the lobby, and then just have the music playing for the outro. But Pops, another great show with you. Love you very much.
Man. Love you too, son. It's only gonna get better, man. It's only gonna get better.
Yes, sir. All right, world.
Appreciate your quest.
So that's been another TwoTreys podcast. Again, we're gonna have 2 of Questman's songs played for the outro. But other than that, I have nothing else to say to y'all. Y'all have a great night and a great rest of your week. We'll be live again next Friday. Just stay tuned. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get a notification letting you know when we do go live. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so.
Subscribe to the channel, family. Subscribe.
Appreciate it. Peace. Love you, son.
Love you too, Pops.
Shout out to the NFAC, UBKN.
And a great rest of your week. We'll be live again next Thursday, next Friday.
A strong black community just gets better to the likes of little types blinded by the great white hype whenever we stand up to fight.
Hold on, I got a question. Subscribe to the channel, family. Subscribe.
The world you live in is made up of so many who can't see the difference. Standing up for your own versus the hatred and bigotry in Atlantic pays to be for you and me. From sea to shining sea, the place is laced with the effects of the systemic races. So when the black man stands up, instead he's told to put your hands up, then he gets choked up and broke up. There's no love unless you be from among the down south. Quick to throw in the towel, ducking and dodging to avoid fitting the profile. So I salute every black man and woman who understands the codes upon which we must stand. That reminds me, and I can never forget all those who stood up, sacrificing the comforts of life just to defend your right to respect. And yet, where's everybody when it's time to really pull up and show up? Why can't we see that without true unity there's no luck? Hold up, they locked in the booth for legally suit up and strap up. We gotta speak up and quit sleeping on the moves we need to take up. Wake up before you're next on the list to get hemmed up for real, bro. United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. The United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J.
This is a shout out to the lover individual, and this is really pitiful. Hey, put your ear to the stereo. I know this may be liberal, I'm hoping you listen close. And he stood up for the peace, so I hope you don't turn cold. This ain't no clout chasing about facing. Oh yes, it's about racing. So I'm saying we about making a couple outbreaks. Y'all say y'all better make sure he make it out. Say it's about Jake. We don't mind breaking down every barricade. State to the federal. We see a bunch of cannabis, a system full of animals. We thinking they can handle it. They got the right. Don't think we fighting just one, cause the righteous do good. I got with two gang and two dumb. Screw tight, but I'm about to lose one. See, we don't do front. No, we gotta do something. We coming with a new friend. And I see you choked up. It's a brand new evolution. Got a solution.
Love is unconditional. It's not something that comes with a guarantee. Unconditional love means that I don't expect perfection. Unconditional love means that I love you because you exist. United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. The United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. United States versus John Johnson. Free John Johnson. Grandmaster J. You all said that you wanted this love affair, and I told you I would never forsake you or leave you. And I said that even if you turn your back on me, I would still love you. Because of that, I was always told that when you're doing things that please the enemy, you won't have a problem in the world. But when you're doing those things that please the Most High, then you can expect that your address will be the only address that the enemy has. Man, when the shop was closed, I was just like, this is my work. What's this right here? Hold on. Hey, got an idea. Check this out. What are you waiting for? V's and flows for them with the head still attached to their shoulders. I make amends for what I failed to see until I got a little older. Versatility is a necessity in today's business. Take that as a proverb. You may think it's awkward, but it's really just what I observe. Never mind what have you heard. I'm Quest Man, so much more in sync with the flight of a carnivorous bird. I get high off the knowledge of how to spin around my myrrh. Kaaba, Allahu Akbar, blessed when I honor my mama and papa. Disrespect them and it's you I clobber. Just when you thought all those rainy days would keep me waiting, I rise up off the ground like one snapped out of being medically sedated. I salute the melanated, the froze locks and the braided. Naturally, I make it a habit of keeping loving me, so I'm never bothered by the hatred. You see the phrase, but I'm that nerd that's naughty by nature. Ice water vapor, flight of the navigator. Put that on paper, sign right there. I tickle the feminine in the wind, tasting candy coated raindrops enough to make your head spin. Brother, this is not a ring you really want to get in. Really, I'm a wordsmith, making nerves twitch. After you heard this, you might just want to roll another. Hold up, as I spit for the righteous, yeah, you might need to pass that as we battle the current crisis. I see red and blue lights in the streets. I bow my head because the fallen carry the same blood my heart beats. Hold it down, U-N-I-F-Y. Hold it down. Hold it down. U-N-I-F-Y. Hold it down.
Spin that pluralistic, high quality gold subzone submission. My flow is sadistic. Call me the wordsmith. Keys to the untold stories that bring your passion into glories. Educating the sun, moon, and youth. The universal which introduces logic and nice ideologies. Flying on philosophies, carrying the baby of a dying breed. Correlating ancestors to restore the community. Praying on a cloud, lifting on my knees, soaring on cosmic energies. To reverse the mindset of the ignorant, building abundance and breaking down generational curses. As I smirk, giving you positive hurt. Rebuking the vapor that we breathe in and calibrates our mental to damage, disfigure, disturb that thought process, sorting out the weak. Seeking to kill, still in the destroy. The blessings made on a stone of exhilarating cake that celebrates the victory set out for the world. Accelerate prosperity.
Hold it down. U-N-I-F-Y. Hold it down. Hold it down. U-N-I-F-Y.
Gathering my collectiveness. Nicqua B.